Okay. It always takes me a few minutes to figure out if I'm live or not. So, we're going live from my kitchen. Welcome to my raw food kitchen. I'm Becca King-Reed, and today we're going to learn how to make almond milk. And it's so cool to be able to make it at home because you control all the ingredients in it, and that's pretty important, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But what you're going to need to make this recipe is, this is called a nut milk bag. And you can use any mesh bag. You can get a nut milk bag specifically designed for this, or you can use a double layer of cheesecloth. You'll also need 4 cups of water, about 6 to 8 pitted dates, a cup of almonds, and these almonds have been soaked. So it's a cup of soaked almonds, and about a teaspoon of vanilla. So this really couldn't be easier. We're going to use our high-speed blender for this, and we're just going to add all these ingredients at once, and then process it in the blender until everything is smooth. And you can control the number of dates. If you don't want it to be that sweet, add fewer dates. And I'm adding vanilla, but you don't have to. If you don't want the vanilla flavor, you don't need that. I need the lid for my blender. Okay, definitely don't want to do this without the lid. Okay, pop that on, and this will be noisy. Just hang on. Let's see what's wrong down here. Okay, this time for sure. I think we got it. Let's take a look. Yep, looks nice and smooth. Yeah. Okay. So now comes the difficult part. We're going to use the same measuring cup that we had before. We're just going to put the nut bag in it and pour this mixture through. Now, what we're doing here is straining the pulp out, because even though it's smooth, there's still going to be pulp, and you don't want that in your milk. You want nice pulp-free milk, and so we just squeeze the nut bag gently until we get all the pulp out, and you have just milk in your bowl. Now, one of the reasons to make this at home is because it's really convenient. As long as you have soaked nuts, you can always make milk, and you don't have to run out to the store to get it. But the other reason is that the commercial brands, even though they're labeled organic, often have something in them called carrageenan, and carrageenan comes from a natural source. It comes from seaweed, but it has been linked to stomach problems like inflammation, irritable gut, and sometimes possibly cancer. So, and why take the chance? You can make it at home, and you don't have to have those things in your milk. Okay, so that's a pretty good job. Now what you do with this is you could just pour it right into a clean jar, store it in the fridge, and it'll last about 4 days in there. Now, once you strain all of your milk out, you're left with some pulp. I'm going to show you what that looks like here. You have almond pulp here, and don't throw this away. This is really valuable stuff. So you can see that it has no fat in it, and it is a great kind of meal to. Some people call it almond flour. There is also real almond flour that is made with a grinder that really grinds it very small. This is almond flour, but it is it's pretty bulky. So you would take this, and you could make crackers, and you could make cookies, and you can make a number of raw dishes with almond pulp. So just to you can use, if you have plans to bake, you're ready to go. If not, you can just freeze it, put it in a plastic bag, freeze it in the freezer. It'll last about 4 months. Now your milk in the fridge will last about 4 days. So to get the recipe for this, you can go to my website, thefarmersmarketdiet.org. That's org, not .com. Just click the recipe tab, and it's the first one in the list. You can get the recipe right away. So thanks very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you on my website. Okay, here's the tricky part. I have to sign off, so you're going to see me do this if you're watching live, and hopefully on YouTube. I will cut it off. Bye-bye.